Hey guys, welcome to another episode of We Are the Bonsai Supply. We got numerous requests since the last video to talk about Lime Sulfur, how to apply it and what it's used for. I'm gonna use it this time to preserve my deadwood here in the center. This is a Vitex which has been collected and I've had it in my collection for about 8 years now. The reason why it looks so bare is because I just redesigned the entire design of the tree. That's also the reason for the brick down here. The tree used to be up here and it used to be pretty big, which made this part look very skinny. So I cut off all the main branches and I only kept this branch. The reason why I have the brick is because it's not quite time to repot the tree just yet, but I took the brick to change the angle so that I get an idea of what it's going to look like once I repot it. So the lime sulfur can be used for many different tasks. This is a deadwood maintenance what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to clean up the deadwood because it's quite green down here and really dirty. I'm going to clean it up first and then I'm going to let the water soak the deadwood a little bit, which opens up the pores so that the lime sulfur can then penetrate. I do this a couple times. I do this maybe once or twice a year, depending. If you apply deadwood on deadwood that you just created, like I created this knob and one back here, this is not quite finished. I'm going to carve it a little bit, but I'm going to let it wither a little bit in the sun before I apply my first coat of lime sulfur. Here, I'm just going to clean it up. Like I said, it's maintenance. There's also a couple different ways on how to make deadwood. So this deadwood is, in my mind, is very old and it needs to be white. On some trees, I use a torch and I torch the deadwood a little bit to make it look like it was struck by lightning, which is a very cool effect. This tree, however, I'm not going to do that. Another way is, if you don't want it to be that white, you can also dilute the lime sulfur a little bit. I use it straight out of the bottle, so here we go. So the first step is to clean up the deadwood. I use a toothbrush, and obviously an old one, I'm not going to reuse this one. In here I have water, and I use 1 part white vinegar and 10 parts of water, and I mix it, and then I clean up the dirty areas. So when you work with lime sulfur, you always want to make sure that you wear gloves or also a mask or goggles to protect your skin. Lime sulfur is a very strong chemical. You don't want that to get on your skin or your eye. You need to move the tree out into full sun and it's going to stay there. so that the lime sulfur can dry. All the parts that you see that are yellow, they will eventually turn white in the course of the next couple minutes. As you can see, what a change this tree has gone through from when it was laying this way, and this looked more like a U and it was hanging below the pot, and the canopy was gigantic, to the square pot, the black one, and we had it at the angle until we just recently repotted it. What a change, right? I think this pot really suits this tree a lot because of the flowers. The flowers are very similar to the pot color, so I think that's a very good match. As you can see, the lime sulfur has softened up a little bit over this time. So the first time I applied it was about a month ago, and now I just let the tree sit out in full sun. So here's what I'm going to do with the rest of the tree. Since this tree has just started to flower, I'm going to let it grow and get strong again, and I'm also going to wait until the tree has finished flowering, and then I'm going to defoliate it, and then I'm going to wire and reshape the entire canopy. So the soil that we chose for this Vitex is our all-purpose soil mix, which contains red lava, pumice, expanded clay, horticultural charcoal, and turfus.